Recently, there's some rumors, some bubblings coming out about Sunday Ticket. As everybody knows, NFL's entering their final year with DirecTV with Sunday Ticket. Thank God, because I'm sure that the Sunday Ticket is the only thing keeping DirecTV afloat. And when NFL made that deal, satellite was like the new wave over cable. But now satellite is ancient technology that we found in the ruins of the original the
Yeah, man, gotta go to the
2000s.
metaverse, man. Let's do the metaverse. Where's the metaverse streaming?
But yeah, so it looks like now, because all these big legendary networks have already paid a shit ton of money to the NFL. I think we mentioned it last year. NFL signed like $110 billion deal over the course of 10 years with all the major networks. But the only thing left on the table is the Sunday Ticket. So pretty much all the traditional networks are done. They don't have any more money. They don't have enough money to do it. And the estimated cost that they're looking at is around $3 billion a year. And the four major players are pretty much all the streaming services. So yeah, a big one especially is Apple. To me, the biggest ones is Apple and Prime. People talk about Netflix. I don't think Netflix is in the running for it. I think Netflix is more interested in Formula One. But Apple and Prime Video are the big ones. Prime obviously already has a Thursday Night Football deal with the NFL for the next few years. And then Apple, that we talked about in our last episode, just made a big splash purchasing all the rights for MLS. So
they have MLB Friday night. They have Friday.
Yeah, and they have Friday night, and then they have Friday Night Baseball. But that was like it's like $90 million.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm saying they're getting in the sports game.
Yeah, so they're getting into it. Personally, man, I think Apple's going to get it. I think they're going to flex their muscles. They're going to get it. I think, but I wouldn't be surprised with either. Like I said, NFL is already established with Prime, and maybe they're okay with just having those Thursday night footballs. Maybe they're not ready to jump in entirely. But to Apple, I mean, $3 billion a year is like a drop in the bucket to them. That's like nothing, especially a company that produces like $150 million and $50 billion, $150 billion annually in revenue or some shit like that. So $3 billion a year is like nothing to them. So I that's just that weird hunch that I have. I just think it's going to do it. And also, as an MLS fan, I do kind of wish that they was also on, so I could combine it. Because the last thing, I mean, I'm pretty much at this point, I have fucking every service at this point, except for like HBO. Yeah. But so hopefully nothing goes to HBO, because there's nothing on there I really care to have. And honestly, I don't even have Apple now. But if they get Sunday, I'm already considering about getting it with the MLS. So if they pick up NFL, then it's pretty much a no-brainer for me. I'm going to get it. But also on top of this, whoever gets the rights for Sunday Ticket, they're also more than likely going to get NFL Plus like bundled with it. And I guess NFL Plus is this new thing they're coming out with this season, where it's going to be like more exclusive content only on NFL Plus. So it looks like they might bundle that with that. That's what some people are guessing. And also, if you don't know, the NFL, what is it called? Game Pass. You know, you can rewatch and replay games from different angles and take clips and stuff like that. That they're also talking about that being included into the Sunday Ticket package. But yeah, Gabe, what do you think? Is this the future of sports? Do you like this? Will you buy whatever service it'll be on?
NFL Sunday Ticket is a little bit different. I guess NFL Sunday Ticket would be good if you're like out of the region, right? Because obviously you have local sports rights.
I have to use Sunday Ticket. To watch my Jaguar games, I have to use Sunday Ticket.
Yeah, you're living in Miami, you have to watch Jaguar games, obviously, because you're out of region, whatever. If you live in Orlando, you could probably get those games, but because you live in South. So I guess it's good for that. If you have if you're live far away from the actual force region, like if I was maybe a Seattle fan, then maybe that would make sense. But NFL Ticket, I wasn't really big on NFL Ticket. I think Red Zone.
Also, just so you know, Red Zone is associated with NFL Ticket. Just to throw that in there,
because I thought it was separate. You buy it separate, whatever.
No,
but I think people would be more interested if you're like a true football fan. Like, I like watching the games, but I'll watch the games on Red Zone, because Red Zone, I get all the it's crack injected into my veins. You just
it's nonstop, all the highlights, action for like 8 hours.
Nonstop sports. Top 10 sports. Sports Center top 10, just nonstop. So I would be more interested in buying Red Zone than actual Sunday Ticket. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so Sunday ticket, I guess it can be bundled. I wonder. I'm also we haven't talked about like Disney possibly bundling, right? Because Disney has ESPN, Disney has all those kinds of shit. Disney is obeying laws.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. I forgot about this ESPN Plus, but something's telling me I don't think they're in the running for it. I think they've already put so much money into it already for their Monday Night Football. I don't see it. And Disney already backed out. I don't know if you know, but like I guess a big bidding thing that they did recently was the Indian Cricket League, and they backed out of that one. But that was like that was a huge deal too. That was I don't remember how much it was billions of dollars for that, which I mean it makes sense. I just never thought about the Indian Cricket League being such a big hot commodity. But yeah, that's what makes me feel like ESPN Plus is not really in the running.
yeah. So if I had to pick, I would think the NFL for the NFL ticket Sunday ticket would be probably Apple. Right? They have the technology. Probably they have the cash flow, right? Because they're the main way they make money is not through they make money through technology, right? Through computers, phones, and shit. They don't make money off of but they have expendable revenue. Like this is a small drop in the bucket of what they actually make. Like so this is like they can experiment with like buying football.
Yeah,
I will
the
be
same with
interested. Usually
Amazon.
a lot of yeah. And the deal would be, usually the deals they go about 10 years, so that's about the right time to like assess like, okay, where's the market at? But yeah, man, I think I could see any of these companies going in. Like I said, I lean more towards Apple. And I think Apple's trying to get more to streaming live sports and
Something
sports
about it,
rights.
right? It's something about
Yeah.
it. And I also I'm not an Apple guy. I don't have any Apple products. I'm an Android guy, but I do acknowledge that Apple does have a really clean and easy to use interfaces for all their products. And I trust Apple to make a cleaner interface going through the app than I would the Prime app, because
Yeah.
as it stands, I'm not a huge fan of the Prime app. I mean, I watch my shows on there that I like The Boys and so on and so forth, but it's not the cleanest of apps.
Yeah.
It's just not.
So let me ask you a question. So on NFL Sunday, are you guys like, what are you doing? Like, I've never ever watched football on my phone. Like I've had maybe the iPad that I took to a bar. Maybe I went to a bar that didn't have a TV, so I had my app and I would just open it up to watch whatever. I'll stream whatever foot sports or whatever. Like I think I had YouTube. I had YouTube TV for a little bit, so I would go watch Dolphin games on my iPad. But like in general, like how do you watch sports? Like are you watching at home? You watching on your computer? You watching on your TV? Like with a I don't know, Apple TV or what? How you and like looking at sports?
If I'm home, I'm watching on my TV. But sometimes, I'm just out and about, or from like go visiting somebody or something, I'll have it on my phone, or for traveling, I'll have it on my phone. Um, but for the most part, especially if it's football season, like my plan on every Sunday, I let everybody know, like my girlfriend always said, it's Sunday, that's football time. That's my time. I've worked all fucking week. Football time is my time from 1 o'clock to 7. Those 6 hours are mine. So pretty much I watch my Jag game, whatever day that might be. And then I'm like you, just pop on Red Zone. I don't really care to watch any game individually. And usually if I do watch other game, either Red Zone or their fantasy channel, because I don't know if you know, like there's a Red Zone channel, which is just like, and then there's like a fantasy channel that works essentially the same as the Red Zone channel, but is a little bit more fantasy focused, and we'll put all the stuff, put all the stats and everything. And that's another thing based off what I've seen from Apple with their Friday night baseballs. I don't know if you've actually hopped on to like check it out. I did like last week because I was curious to see how they did things ever since the MLS announcement. But they do make it very stats oriented. They have that clean, like kind of Apple font and everything on the side. On the bottom corners, they have like the hit percentage, like the percentage that this player has a chance of hitting the ball per pitch. Like they put like betting lines and stuff like that. And then that alone kind of makes me feel like they can do a really good job in the stats department, and having like your fantasy, maybe you could select your separate players and stuff on like maybe you can link your roster or something. That would be really cool to me. And you can see your roster, your stats change in real time, your fantasy team change in real time. So yeah. Oh, my fucking mic cut out. But yeah, I'm actually I think two's gonna be cheaper. I don't know if you know. I think Sunday Ticket runs for like $50 or $70 a season. I don't pay that much. I go through other means, but I think I
Yeah.
do also think it'll make it cheaper. I don't think they're gonna be charging $70. That's people aren't gonna do that.
In general, like when I'm watching, so like I'll watch the Dolphins game if I'm living in Texas now, so I can't find it. So I'll go on the computer and try to find the Dolphins game. But sometimes I'll have like two or three games. So uh, I'll have the Dolphins game, and then I'll have like on my computer, I'll have like either Red Zone, which has all the games, and then like maybe two other games that I'm looking at. Maybe one game that I'm like, all right, I'm super interested in this. I know we're gonna talk about it on the podcast. I'm like, this is a good game. Whatever. It's like the Bills versus the Chiefs or something. Like I'll put that up there. And so I have like two or three games going, and then maybe a red zone on the bottom corner. And I just kind of switch through depending on where what the interest is.
Oh, actually, yeah. Speaking of that, real quick, like on the computer version of Sunday Ticket, you can do that. Like you kind of like like what I just did now. Like for example, when I shared my screen. For the audio listeners, you won't be able to see, but like for the video watchers, you can see like they do something similar where you can have like 3 games here and then your main game here. But it's only for the mobile version. I mean the desktop version. When I watch it on my TV, or if because I put it on my phone and I cast it to the TV because I have a smart TV, but it doesn't have the NFL. I can't download apps. It's not like a Fire Stick or nothing. So I can't do that. But even on the Fire Stick, you can't do that. I've only noticed it's only on the desktop version where you can put up the multiple games. And I hope they're for sure going to do it. But I would be really pumped once they add that to where you can have your main game on there with the main audio, and then you have those side games underneath, and then you can have like a fantasy thing on the side. Like that would be like ideal. Have it all on just one big ass screen, and you can just watch everything.
Yeah, I've seen people who have cable, like I've seen them like they have like 6 TVs, like 4, 5, 6 TVs, and they just put one game on each. Like you just get the remote and put it whatever. So, but I usually just do it through my computer, and I might cast it to a TV or cast it to I have a projector. But mainly I use a computer to watch. So I would never like use my phone. Like I said, the only time I had an iPad, I would take it to a bar that I know didn't have a TV or they didn't have whatever. But mainly at the house is on the computer. So if they're making it easier or more, I would be interested in that. But I think in general, the Sunday Ticket as a whole, I'm not really interested in. But the red zone is what I would be like interested in watching. That's what I watch. Yeah. If I had to pick between one or Sunday Ticket or red zone, I'd pick red zone.
It's the best. Like red zone is the best, and it's going to be included in it. Like red zone is, if you're not watching red zone or their fantasy channel, is like the best, because if you watch your favorite team, you watch your home team, and then after that, you put it on. There's no commercials, and it's just constant action the whole time. You're seeing like the best plays. You're seeing it live, or when a game gets down to the wire, they'll focus on that game with the minute left, and then as soon as that game goes into commercial break, it then bounces over to the other game. It's awesome. And then I like how it's like you don't have to flip through to find the score. It's like, all right, you don't care about this game, we're not going to put this one on. It's like they're losing 30 to nothing, like, you know what I mean? Like, but I can't wait. I do think it's going to be a lot cheaper too, and I think everything's just going to be more intuitive. And then DirecTV is probably going to die after that. So, R.I.P. DirecTV. They got one more year of survival left, and